to us being here this late, but we are here. We're glad that you're here.
Yes, we are.
Hold on. See. Something's open. One moment, please.
It says we're on.
Yeah, but I'm getting a feedback.
Oh.
All right.
Are you good?
And I don't know why. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Yeah.
You probably hear it on your end. I don't hear it at all.
bit.ly/freewomen2020. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead and go ahead, Steph.
We're at it again. Hey, y'all. Hey. Thank you for joining this midnight train, and we're about to take off. Choo choo. Here we go. I can think of all the little midnight train songs, right about now. Come on, ride this train. Right in, right? So we're going to talk about some things with you tonight. Make sure you stick with us. We're going to make sure that we share some things, but also uplift you along the way. If you didn't have a chance to hang out with us last night, make sure you go back and watch the replay, check us out. We had an exciting time, a lot of interaction. So make sure that you check that out. But I'm Stephanie Lane, guys. Hey, y'all, hey. And I do have a co-host here, and she'll pop back on in just a minute. But I am with the Career Women Collective, and women hire me to help them get that promotion they deserve, also demand what they're worth, and also if they're looking to move into their next career, make sure that they are in alignment with everything that they need to be successful in that new career. So that's what I do. Hey, y'all. Hey, CJ, I see you down there. And so, guys, tonight, your steps have been ordered. Last night, we talked about staying focused and the difficulties with that and what can stop you from being focused. But also, we want to come to you because we're talking about due season, and that this is the time now when it's quiet, right now, when you're either quarantined or even those who are being forced to work and you don't want to go because you're afraid of exposure. Now is the time to start creating a plan that is of a protection, a plan that will create a legacy, a plan that could free you. So right now is the time. Time to think about you, time to be selfish about you. It is time for you to reflect about your life so far, what has happened, and where are you going? Where are you going now? Now that you are at this point in time in your life, what do you see ahead of you? So we're going to talk to you about your steps have been ordered. It's about you taking action. It's about you doing. It's about you not letting things get in your way, right? Because that can be difficult sometimes. Again, we talked about being focused and all the things that come up in your face with that. But what are some things? And that let's talk about excuses, because everybody has one, right? Excuses is what gets us in trouble. And we will come up with all kinds of excuses just so we don't have to do something. And those of us who are parents, mothers, brothers, cousins, we watch kids, right? They will come up with every excuse if you tell them to go do something. They will be so creative. You're thinking to yourself, where in the world did they get that from? We are the same way. Guess what? They learned it from us. They're watching us. They are watching what exactly we're doing. And we stop that, right? We stop doing things and don't behave a certain way because we come up with all kinds of excuses. Before we delve into that, I'm going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
Woo! Okay, look. Last night was the test. Tonight was the I don't know, experiment. But hey, everybody, I'm Tisha M. Johnson. I'm so excited to be here with my sisters, and we got another sister that joined us tonight. So welcome, welcome. Go ahead and share the broadcast. It's going to be an exciting conversation tonight. We had a wonderful time last night, so you don't want to miss out. Go ahead and invite someone to this conversation. We are going to give you some information about the Free Women Project. We're giving away grants, $1 million in grants. Don't miss your opportunity to apply for this awesome and amazing opportunity to get your coaching certification. We have several areas in which you can join. And I mean, it's going to be an amazing course and you don't want to miss it. So listen, if you're here, you're not here by happenstance, you're here for a reason. And even if this is not something for you, you know, so you're here because you know someone who is a perfect fit for this. So go ahead and share the broadcast, invite them, invite your followers to our Periscope family. Thank you for joining. And on Facebook, we see you. Thank you for being here. So bit.ly/Free Women 2020. Go ahead and join. And I'm going to turn the mic over to my sister CJ.
Sorry, everyone. I was sharing out the broadcast. How is everyone doing this evening? How are you, Stephanie and Tisha, my late night buddies? Oh, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. This is where all the good happenings is. All the nuggets, all the wisdom at night. I need to sit back because more of my eyes is, yes, puffy. But you know, y'all know we the early birds that get the worm. It is officially a new day. So what are you doing with your day? Stephanie, I am so excited. I'm sitting here where I am. My notebook is pad as well. So we're going to jump in and get these gems. But I am Shaquanda CJ Alston. I am an accountant and owner of Johnson's Bookkeeping and Tax. Well, you know, guys, that's neither here nor there at this point. I am going to get my pen and paper. Hopefully your kids are in bed. You know, mine are not all of them are sleeping. I tried, but you know,
NyQuil Benadryl, girl. NyQuil Benadryl.
I'm trying to stay away from it. Baby, my coach has afforded me the opportunity to tell me about these things called the melatonin gummies. They work on all but that one. It's always that one. So yes, I feel your pain, parents, if you're out there. So you know what? Just go to another room and let's have a conversation. We have some amazing information. Did you hear him say $1 million information? It's worth putting those kids in the room. So I am ready, Stephanie. I have my pen and paper.
All right, let's get it going.
So much.
Okay, let's start off with the first excuse that I can't make time for this and my family needs all of my attention. Ooh. Y'all, you cannot let that rest right there. You cannot use your family as the excuse from stopping you to get what is yours, to get everything that you want, everything that you desire. Yes, it can be scary. Yes, it can be. That walk, that journey is something. But I promise you, you take one step, it gets better. You take the next step, it gets even gooder, y'all. You keep taking that step, and before you know it, you all the way at the end of the street, looking at the stop sign, trying to decide, do I go or do I stop? Do I go to the right? Do I go to the left? But if you don't take that step, you'll never know. You'll never know. And your family cannot be that excuse. Your family will be there. They're not going anywhere. They're attached to you. The name family, there's a reason for that. They're going to be there. They're not going to fall apart. It's not like a house, a shed, a car. Of course, I'm sure you're going to do your due diligence to make sure that if you have little ones, that they're taken care of. But guess what? You cannot say that your family is standing in the way of your destiny. You cannot. And I don't know, I don't know who I'm speaking to, but if you are a believer and you're not operating in what you have been ordained to do, designed to do, put on the face of this earth to do, and then you try to use the excuse, you're going to have to answer. You're going to have to say something as to why you're not acting upon your calling. So don't use your family. Do not use your family. CJ, have you heard that before? Somebody using their family?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I used to be that person. I used to be like, you know what? I'll do me after I get kids together. I'll do me after I get mama together. I'll do me after I get spouse together. I'll do me. And you wake up and you like, I was like, okay, I'm 40. And I've done church together. I've got everybody, clients together. And I remember saying, girl, you're 40 years old and you've gotten everybody together but you.
Mm.
That was a hard truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I had realized that. And so now when you're at the point where you're like, okay, now I really am going to do what's best for me and really put my business first. And no matter what I can say is, Stephanie, you are so on it, because what you're supposed to do is, guys, be relentless. I just said this on another live. Be relentless, because everything Stephanie said, that's exactly what can happen. Life can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Life happens all the time. And I used to let life happen and then kick me in the shin and I'd be out. I'm like, girl, are you out? I'm out. I'm out. White towel, okay, I'm fine. I'm not launching anything, and just leave things right on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And then say, okay, I'm gonna come back to it. And then I wake up and I'm 40. So that is so good. We cannot have those type of excuses. You have to find a way, and there is a way to still run your business and still take care of your family, still be able to do those things. And so that's why this community has been so amazing, because you guys have helped me with that. You helped me to show me that it is possible.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got to remember, we're women. We're phenomenally made, right? We are able to do things that nobody, no other creature on the planet can do. So for us to
did you just say phenomenal? Did you say phenomenal?
Yes.
I don't think y'all know Maya Angelou is like my all-time favorite. She's like my all-time favorite. I'm about to start kicking verses. The phenomenal woman.
Hey.
So let me go ahead and just put it on pause. I love her. She's like the auntie. You couldn't tell me we weren't related.
So yeah, for us to create an excuse or make up an excuse as to why we can't do something, some of us will look at each other like, where did that come from? Because we are known for doing the impossible. We are known. I mean, that's just who we are. And I am glad we're created that way, because to be quite honest, sometimes I look up and can't figure out how I've gotten things done all day, everything that I've gotten done. Have you ever been in a car and you've been driving and you wander off, and by the time you are back to it, you're at home and you're like, I don't know how I got here.
Oh, wait.
I don't recall stopping. I don't recall pushing the gas. I don't know. Tish?
Yes, yes. That has happened to me many days, and I'm like, "Oh, that might not be safe. Wait a minute." But, like you said, excuses, we come up with them, our family. So, um, family, they're gonna be there. And more often than not, they're coming to you because they have a need and they know that either you're the resourceful person or you have it. And so that's not going to stop. So you
Mhm,
have to determine that even though family depends on me heavily, I
mhm,
still have to make time and do the things necessary to, move our life forward. CJ talked about looking up and you 40. Listen, I had a huge wake up call when I turned 50. I was like, "Oh my God, where did life go?" And it's really funny until you actually look at it, because I have younger women that surround me. And so I was like, oh my God, 50, wait a minute. And you look at your life, and I was like, oh my goodness. Now, I don't regret it, but I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be in that car. And then before you know it, you're at your destination and you don't know how you got there. You
mhm,
don't have to live your life unconsciously. We're calling for you to make a conscious choice for yourself by participating in this $1 million grant program. bit.ly/free women 2020. If you want to become a certified coach, and we have several areas that you can become a coach in. You don't have to be like some of us who want to quit our jobs. Stephanie's area is helping the career woman. CJ is going to help you with your money mindset. I'm going to help you if you want to get a boo, but we have many other areas that are available. And so I'm asking for you to make a conscious choice. Don't be in that car and you look up and it's 2022
ooh,
and
ooh,
something whatever happened, but you realize that in between that time, there was so much more that you could have done with your life.
mhm. That's good. That's real good. I'm not waking up to 2022. I'm trying to
Okay.
get to 21
Yes, yes.
right now. Okay, here's another excuse, y'all. I don't have the money to invest in myself right now. I'm gonna let that sit right there because I'm gonna tell you that is huge. That is huge. And even in the business world, even in the entrepreneurship world, we hear that quite often. And let me tell you, let me drop a little nugget for you tonight. If you do not have the money to invest in you and in your business, guess what we call that? We call that a hobby. That's something that you just like to do. We want you to operate in something that you love to do and that you are going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And if you study anything about the business world, or it's an order of reciprocation, what you put in is what you get out, and it's cyclical. And that's just the way it is. You have to keep putting into, investing into, and you have to look at it like you're investing in yourself. You're educating yourself. You're wanting to, everybody is out doing something. So how are you going to stand out in the crowd? You have to invest in that. You have to be better than average. And you should have learned that a long time ago, especially women, especially women of color. You have to be better than average. So you have to spend the monies necessary for you to be better at what you do or to go get whatever it is that you want, right? So that's another excuse that I hear that so often when we take client calls, when we're working with folk. It's like, well, I really want to do it, but I don't have the money. But this is the thing, statistically, guys, in the African American culture, the African American woman spends the most money. We spend the most money. We don't have it, but we spend the most. How does that make sense? And it's not in necessities. I just said it's not the necessities that we buy. It's all those things that makes us look like we're, coming up with the Joneses or trying to do better than next door neighbor. It's not the things that we need, because if it were the things we need, guess what? We'd have another Black Wall Street. Guess what? We'd have more than 21 Black-owned banks. Guess what? We'd have a whole neighborhood, slew of suburb areas full of Black-owned homes. But that's not where we're putting our dollar. So when we hear that you don't have it right now, and yet you still going to the Starbucks, and yet you still going out to the clubs, and yet you still buying babies Jordans that can't even walk in them, and yet you still buying the gold jewelry around the baby's wrists and putting earrings in their ears, and you're doing just the most, right? Instead of saving, because what you don't understand, those little pennies, those nickels, those dollars add up. And I don't know about you guys, I had a grandmother that had money all over the house, whether it was under the doily, under the floor mat, under the mattress, where you could find it and pull it out. You know how much money you can find if you would just put it away. You'd have it at the end of the month, end of the year, end of whatever, if you just keep putting those pennies away. But we squander. And that's a money mindset. Is it not, CJ? Isn't that what you do? That's a whole money mindset.
I'm trying to not comment, not say nothing, because y'all know I get unglued. This is where this is, you're absolutely right. It's a money mindset. This is where I come alive. Y'all gonna have to cut me off because let's just start from what Stephanie said in the beginning. That is an excuse that you don't have money. You can't afford not to. Do you understand? Especially where we are today in this pandemic. Now, we understand you just may need the help, and that's why you need to go to that bit.ly and register. Let me tell you something else too. And the nugget that Stephanie dropped, and I'll take it a step further from the money mindset piece. When you don't do your business, it's considered a hobby. And guess what? Hobby expenses are not tax deductible. No, they're not. So you might as well level up and run your business like a full-fledged business, because you keep saying that you can't afford. But if you just run your business accordingly and get these tax loopholes and get these tax deductible expenses, the money you giving Uncle Sam, you can keep and invest in your own business. That's just one. That's just one free on the low, because y'all rocking with us. But the other thing is, Stephanie, now these are some hard, I know y'all, these are some hard conversations. We love you, but it's tight, but it's right, like they say in church. You absolutely have money in your house. There is no question about it. I tell clients all the time, you want to find money? Okay, we can let's just start from the head and work down to the toes. If it's that serious, it's just how relentless are you going to be? How serious is this to you? Mm-hmm. Right now, we're in a pandemic, and there was a point when nobody was going to the beauty salon. Nobody was getting their hair done, and we had to wing it. Now, them heads was looking bad, but guess what? We were still cute. You can make it work. You can make it work. You can make it work. You know, you can make it work. You can make it work. And so there are those who say, girl, I didn't think I could last without my hair done. And then, I know this was a big one. When women, we were falling over when you couldn't get our nails done, right? So just think about that little time. Look at your expenses and see how much less you spent and how much more you had. Because you were forced to.
Right.
So you should be able to take that same money, go to the bit.ly link, register, and say, this is going to be my investment for my future.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm going to do for me. What do you say about that, Tisha? You know, like I said, I got to put a mug on with me.
I know that's your area. It's funny how Coach says it. She's like, if your baby boy go to jail, you gonna find the money.
Mm-hmm.
Or something crazy happened, you're going to find the money. When I started coaching, I knew it was something that I needed, but I didn't even see how I was going to have the money. And when I started, I mean, we paid a nice little price. So for your participation in this certification, you're not going to have to invest at this point as much as I had to when I started. But when I tell you, it was worth every penny, it was worth every sacrifice that I had to make. And I just did it. And once I started, it kind of addictive because I knew there was more. And so I haven't stopped. But you have to make that shift in your mind. It's a mindset shift. We want to, you can go to Google. We want to get all the free information, or you sign up for this and sign up for that, and half the time you put your email address in, you don't even go and open the email that they send you. So what benefit is that really doing you when you can make a decision and find the money? As women, we creative. We will, watch some babies, pack some lunches, cater somebody's dinner. I mean, we make some cakes. We will make it happen. But will you make it happen for you? So that's, for me, I know a lot of women that will make it happen, but they have a hard time making it happen for themselves because they're just so used to giving. Listen, I know you're going to reap what you sow, but guess what? Before that happens, however it happens, you got to make a decision that you're going to sow into yourself. Will you sow into yourself?
Yeah.
So money can't be an excuse.
That's good. So go to bit.ly/free women 2020, guys. bit.ly/free women 2020. So that you can get some more information and apply, guys. Apply for one of the grants. You need to get this money while it's here, while the getting is good. Don't delay, don't wait. Because you may, miss out and you can't. So here's another excuse, y'all. They just keep coming. They just keep coming. People are going to think I'm crazy for doing this. People are going to think I'm just loco. I just fell off the bus or something hit my head. I can't even talk because I'm like, what I have to tell people. Yeah, I'm kind of cutthroat. I'm kind of like, I shoot from the hip. I tell it like it is, straight, no chaser. I don't care. But that's my mindset. I don't give one iota what people think about what I'm doing. There was only one person that I cared about, that I cared what she thought. And once I got over that hurdle, the world was mine. But I know, again, that's a different mindset. We just talked about money mindset, but it's a whole nother mindset when you're dealing with, what do I think about people, or what are people going to say about me? What if I'm doing this, or if I go this way, if it's not traditional, if it's not the norm, if it's not something that they're familiar with or used to doing, what are they going to say? How are they going to handle it? And they just might. Guess what? At the end of the day, they just may not have enough respect, enough couth to just keep their mouths closed, and they may say some offhanded stuff. But should you let that stop you? Should that be the excuse that you give yourself and to give others as to why you're not moving, as to why you're not doing? And this is your season. Is that I just always think, what do I want people to say about me at my funeral? I know some people don't like to think about that, but I do.
Yeah.
I think about, and one of the things I definitely do not want someone saying at my funeral was that Stephanie was lazy and that she didn't do anything. That's not going to be part of my obituary.
Do they talk like that at funerals? Because I had never seen it. Even if it the most jacked up person, I always see people say nice stuff.
It's always in the unspoken.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
If all they keep saying, it's just almost like when older Southern women come up and they look at you and they're like, oh, bless your heart. You know what that means, right? You ain't too dirty on the eyes, right? You're not too soft on the eyes right now.
Wow.
So it's in the unspoken most of the time. I mean, if you've ever gone to a funeral and you've heard people, he was just so happy, or she just was, you're like, what is that? Okay, that really doesn't speak to what the person was, the character, or what they did, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's how they go around it. But you're absolutely right. People don't speak negatively of people, but I'm gonna tell you what, there will be no unspoken at this one's. When it's my time, they're gonna know that I
don't want anybody to have to struggle to find something nice to say about you.
There you go. You go. And the kind of person I am, the doer that I am, it'll already be written. They only have to go look. They don't have to research. They don't even have to go ask anybody.
Yeah.
It'll be ready.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No excuses, right? No excuses. But yeah, you can't, if we all operated off of, if I do this, I'm a little worried about what other people are going to say, none of us will be at the point that we are right now. None of us. Because I'm pretty sure at some point in your life, if you lived a little long, that you've done some things that were not considered normal or outside the box, or, just a little different, a little strange for folk. But you're here. And those things that you did made you who you are today, and you're still standing.
Yep.
So, let them think you're crazy, but you're going to be crazy and certified. How about that? Crazy and certified.
Okay. Because we heard every story there is. Girl, you gonna leave that good job and go be an entrepreneur. Girl, you gonna go and spend that kind of money. Girl, you not coming to the party. Girl, you gonna do that. Yes, all you do is work. That's all you talk about is your dream or goal or what have you. Well, tell that to the legendary now Kobe Bryant. Tell that to the Beyoncés of the world. I'm talking about people who are relentless. Do you understand what those folks had to give up, what they sacrificed? And that's why you can see the fruits of their labor. Like Stephanie said, what will you be remembered for? Will you be remembered for, since we're talking about that, when you pass away and your lineage, are you gonna be that one when they clean out your stuff and find all of this gold that you had and all this treasure, and that, like, gosh, she ain't never tell you guys have heard the stories. You find stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, she never told me she was good at this, or I never knew she did this, or what happened. So are you going to be that person? And so we've had stories like that. And I'm like, girl, Lord, if they just would have said something, we could have now your dreams and all can be buried with you. Even, so those are good things. And we talk about it. And that excuse, Stephanie, some people may say, oh, that's not me. But you know what? We teach our kids that, but we are like that too. We care about what people think.
Oh yeah.
Let's be honest. We do.
Yeah.
We want to be accepted, especially women.
Right. So like, if you can't tell, I'm kind of loud. Didn't used to always be this way, y'all. I was the quiet one in the family. I really was. But I came out of my shell at some point in time in life. I just don't know when, but I did. Because I can even remember in college taking a speech class my freshman year, and my speech professor kept having to tell me, speak up, speak up. But I was just timid. I was just to myself. And I still am every now and again to myself, but I am loud. I like to have fun. I bring the party, okay? I don't have to wait on anybody. Just like when you go to church don't have to, I'm warmed up when I get there, okay? Yeah. I'm just that kind of person. So, where was I going with this? Ooh, so my mom, guys, my family, and she gets it from her mom, or got it from her mom. Her mom's passed since. My mom does not like attention brought to herself. Mm-hmm. Now, think about me and me being loud right now. And I have 4 other siblings. And when we get together, there is quiet who? Not at the table, okay? And so when we go out to dinner, my mom, she comes unglued, because she was raised very proper, prim and proper. You know, you go in, my mom eats chicken with a fork and knife, y'all. She eats her French fries with a fork. So she's that kind of woman. And we still look at her strangely, but that's just the way she was taught. So when we go out and we're just having a good time, my mom, even though she enjoys us and enjoys the fact that we're having fun with one another, it unnerves her so much. And I know her anxiety probably shoots off out of the roof, because we're bringing attention to ourselves. We're the loud people in the restaurant, and we shouldn't be. And, I can only imagine how she feels sometimes when we are together, because we just can't help it. I mean, and we do it because guess what? We frankly don't care, but my mom does. My mother really does care. I mean, I can remember coming in and out of the house. My mom cared on how we carried the groceries in, or who was doing stuff, or we made sure we carried stuff through the back of the house and not the front of the house. And I'm just like, Mom, why? Why are we doing these things? She really cared about what people thought about her, what people said about her and her family, how she was raising her kids. And I'm gonna tell y'all, we were poor. We didn't have anything, but you could have swore we were the richest people on the block. At least everybody else thought we were, and we were dirt poor. So I didn't grow up in an era where you had washing machines, where you had to wring dry, but guess who had one? That wasn't in our era, that was before me, but we had, because that's how poor we were. And I remember my mom getting her fingers caught in the wringer. I was there, and I'm like, I didn't know what to do. But I tell you what, our clothes were super clean. Our sheets were really white. And my mom was such into that mindset about what people thought and saw. Our t-shirts had creases down the middle, y'all. And people wouldn't believe me, and until I met another person and I saw a crease down his shirt. I was like, I said, where'd you learn that? He was like, my mama taught us how to iron. I was like, I thought I was the only one. I thought we were the only family that did that. No, we didn't have a dryer, y'all. So guess how we dried our clothes? We took the iron until those suckers were dry. And they were starched, everything. You could have sworn we took our clothes to the dry cleaners. My mom handmade our stuff. But people thought we were together, we had all this stuff, because she really cared what people thought about her and her family and how they envisioned us. And she wanted to make sure that there was a particular kind of image that, was put forth. So I do understand people who are dealing with that. I do get it. But at the same time, guys, it can limit you. And yes, you can use it as an excuse, but do know if you use that as an excuse, you're going to miss out on a wonderful opportunity. A wonderful opportunity. Tisha, we've left you out, sis.
I was going to say that, yes, image to raise a standard, to have a standard is good. But when you allow that fear of what people would say to debilitate you, or just control you, that's not a good thing. So, it has to be a healthy balance of that. But Stephanie, for years, it mattered, and it held me back because of what I thought people would say. I don't, you know, I was making mistakes anyway, but it was like, okay, don't go too far to the left. You know,
Right.
you don't want them to, you know, totally lose it about, you know, what you've done or said or whatever. But I don't know, because my mom is kind of, she'll just say what she feel. And I'm like, you know, it's me like, oh my God, no, she didn't. You know, I don't know, but the thing about it is, at a point, you have to live your life for you. And so it took me years to get past it. Now I'm not going to say that I absolutely don't care what anybody has to say or think, because you know there are people that I put in my life. I would hope that if I'm doing something reckless or something crazy, that y'all reel me back in. I trust my circle to do that for me, but I'm not going to be limited, because guess what? They're talking about you anyway. So whether you do something, whether you take this crazy journey that they say it is, or whether you don't,
Yeah, yeah.
they're going to talk about you anyway.
That's good.
So why allow somebody else to inhibit what is you naturally?
Right.
So
Wow.
no, you cannot allow that to hold you back.
Nah. Hey y'all, do we have time for one more? We got time for one more. This is a good one.
Oh yeah, this is good.
This is a good one. Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? What if this is not for me? What if this doesn't work? Ooh. Ooh.
You can look at that from so many different perspectives. You have what you say. So if you say it's for you, then it's for you. But if you say it's not for you, then it's not for you. Whatever you say it is. Or you can go on the side that we, you know, are not wanting you to, and believing somebody else's word without even trying. We have plenty of examples in our community about, you know, women that just allowed past experience, past hurt, past whatever to hold them back, or make them feel like they couldn't stretch out, that they couldn't move forward. But our coach is so no limits, as CJ said, relentless. It's like, well, maybe I can. Yeah, you can. And it's okay if you fall, because life is a journey. You're gonna fall, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna do the wrong thing. But you know, Stephanie said, for those of us who are believers, we know that our God is protecting us and keeping us, and that no matter what, I always knew I was going to be a wife. I never thought I'd have 3 husbands. How about that? All things are going to work together for your good. Will you believe? Will you trust? Will you take a chance on you?
Oh, that's so good. You know what? I ask my clients all the time, and we have a conversation, and not too many people ask them. They tell all the ways that it wouldn't work. And I say, well, you know what? What if it does work? What if that thing, that business, that patent, that idea, what if it does work? Like literally, you are holding on to something that we all may need, that will be a game changer. So at least go out there and try. Because what if it works? What if it's that one thing that a business gonna buy you out for $1 billion? You know what? That didn't stop that. I can't think of the African American man who created the Super Soaker. I'm sure people like, man, nobody gone. No, please. That's just another little piece of junk, you know. But when I forgot the company that bought him out, but when they came talking about billions of dollars, surely, what if he would have kept that to himself and just soaked his own kids and kept it moving and didn't give that to us? we wouldn't have so much fun doing that now. Y'all know I'm trying to get back in my zen in that background. That's why I use that example. But yes, so what if it does work? But you have to take the first step, bit.ly/free women 2020. Because it can work. It will work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are awesome. And guys, we come up with these excuses that we hear so often to circle back around and let you know your steps are ordered. It's already been ordained. It's already been designed, and we just waiting on you. You know what your heart's desire is. You already know what your gut or what's deep down in your belly that's pulling at you. There's a reason why you're watching us. There's a reason that, of course, I'm sure we're entertaining you, but at the same time, we're giving you some information and you're resonating with it. There's a reason why you're hanging with us after midnight, right? So don't, it doesn't hurt to find out some more information. It does not hurt for you to take some more time on another day to come and listen on Friday. This upcoming Friday, we're going to have a conversation. And so we need you to go register. And that's why we're giving you the bit.ly/free women 2020, so that you can continue this conversation, so that you can ask the questions that you are thinking about right now. How am I going to get this done? We have so many ways to help you. But if you don't come, then you don't know, and you will never know, and you won't find out unless you show up. And so we're inviting you into our community. We have a very large business community. We're very, very supportive. And I'm gonna tell you, once you get in, you're in. You're in. You're a sister. We take you in and we don't let you go. We're gonna come find you. We're going to make sure you're successful. And this is the thing about our community, I will tell you, and about the certification classes. Most certifications, and you can go Google it. I've already done it. You can go Google it and find it out for yourself. That if you go out and find certification courses, a lot of them, many of them, if not most, are not live. You will get a recording. You'll sit there in front of you, just you and the video. You take your own little notes and you'll take a quiz at the end. That's not what we're here to do. We believe in being face on, talking to you, interacting, answering questions that you might have, working through things and situations with you, navigating your business. Because if you not only get a certificate or get certified, but if you decide that you want to turn this into a business, you want to have an agency of some sort, we help you through that as well. So, I mean, you're getting a lot, but you got to get connected. You got to get into the community. You've got to go seek that information out to see if this is right for you, if this is what, but I'm going to tell you it is, because you're still here. You're still staring at us. And I thank you for being here with us. CJ, Tisha, any last words?
Go ahead and register. bit.ly/free women 2020. bit.ly/free women 2020. bit.ly/free women 2020. You have no excuse. We took them away. I mean, yeah, you could come up with some stuff, but we took them away.
Yes, now you guys can sleep tonight and sleep well after you have hit that link. It is so amazing how you all have tuned in for a reason. Such a time as this. So let's get it done. Let's go to that link, bit.ly/free women 2020. I'm so excited to be with you all this evening. That was good. I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that about the excuses. I knew it was going to be good. And that just lets us know even further how much we're on the right track and how this is such a time. Yes, we're in a pandemic, but what does that mean?
Right.
What does that mean? bit.ly/free women 2020. You see how God gonna make things work in your favor during this pandemic. But you have to make the first step. So it has been amazing. Thank you all so much.
Amen and amen. Now it is time to pass the collection plate. And
Wait,
whosoever will.
look, I
Let us
gotta give a
know.
shout out to Periscope. They've been on fire
They have.
tonight.
Oh, hey,
Oh my goodness.
what the
You
comments say?
Thank you, ladies. Yes, no
Oh,
more excuses.
And she already
awesome.
Awesome.
applied. Yay. Get it.
Awesome. Yay.
Get it.
JB Queen 2020 said she already shared and she already applied.
And she
Go
said
ahead.
amen. She left the T out, but I felt you. I felt you.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. Hey, that's it.
Yes. Let's get it. That's
That's
what I'm
right.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
In the middle of the night. You know, some places where it's almost 1 in Central Standard, but you guys it's almost 2.
Yep.
Right.
Where you guys are. So guess what? Let's get it in the middle of the night. You got just what you was looking, hoping, and praying for.
Amen.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. We are so excited for you.
Yay. So, hey, guys, that midnight train is pulling off again right now. Again, thank you for joining us. We'll be back here, same place, same time. Make sure you show up. Sometimes we need double encouragement, triple encouragement, quadruple encouragement. That's okay. That's what we're here for. Come on and check us out because we're going to drop some more nuggets tomorrow.
See y'all later.